Hey everyone, I don't know if y'all can hear me yet, but waiting for the live stream to come up on YouTube. So just give me a minute. Normally, I got to get some background music if you're gonna have to wait now. Something that obviously I won't be copyrighted. Yeah. All right, so we are live, and welcome everyone, and God bless you all. Many blessings. We certainly need him this day and age, do we not? Um, Excuse me, I'm finishing a lifesaver. Um, anyway, this is Pine Grove News Live, and we're live from the East Coast, Southern New England, Northern Connecticut, and believe it or not, we have protesters here too. Apparently, in two southern towns uh, on Southern Connecticut, in New Haven and Bridgeport, apparently. So, whatever. I have nothing at all against peaceful protest. And hold on, let me get this thing out of the way. Anyway, peaceful protest. I mean, that is in our Constitution. We're allowed to do that. It's just when other influences come in and make it not snow, make it, yeah, not snow either. Yeah, it's June, and even though it's cold here in June, well, today's not. Today ended up being a pretty good day. It was cloudy most of the day, threat of rain, but let's go see. I think it was 81 degrees. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, well, I got it right on the screen scrolling. 81 degrees. Oh, I guess it was 6:02 right now. I guess it was right around 5 o'clock. Going to be 89 tomorrow. And, that's more like June weather in the 80s, and every once in a while we go through a heat wave. I have never seen a year where we have not had a heat wave yet. And records are being broken all the time. Who knows? We may even break a record for the coolest summer ever. And we continue because we didn't have there was no spring. I know spring is not over until June 20th. That's when summer begins, but we still have not had a normal spring. Excuse me. We had one. I can't say that because I believe it was the last year or the year before. It's the only one I really noticed that. We actually had the Mayflowers and not raining all the time, and it was actually a normal spring that I remember growing up with, unless that was a lie. Everything seems to be a lie, and we have to discern uh, what's not, and it's very hard to do these days. I'm pretty sure there's Bible verses there somewhere that said that even I guess he's going to cut things short. I mean, before even the elect are deceived, if they can be. Just some things we're going to go through it. Excuse me. And we're going to go through one or two things. I got one thing on the list right now that we're going to go take a look at, and that is the SpaceX rocket launch that happened. I believe it was on Saturday. I watched that live, supposedly. But yeah, we're gonna watch that, and we're gonna find something in that 2 minute clip that needs to be explained. Really does. Um, but we'll see it. We'll see it. I don't plan on. I'm trying to cut these things short, like I said, because I missed Friday because I was called. I was on call. I'm on call now every third week. until they get more, guys into maintenance or girls or whoever. So every third week. So Friday I was called in at 5 o'clock, and that I don't want to bring my work to you people, but who else am I going to tell it to? Anyways, I worked till 4 o'clock because they changed my work hours from 7:30 to 3 that I normally worked to 8 to 4. And so I'm trying to put those hours in, which means it's somewhere along the line I'm going to have to make these videos short, or I will have no time whatsoever to do anything that I normally do, preparing for work, doing things around the house. Like I don't do too much of that. I do enough at work to where when I get home, you know how it goes. You get a painter, goes to work and paints all day. He doesn't want to paint when he comes home, right? In any case, so it is so surreal out there. It's total darkness. It's total chaos. And let's go bring you to that article right there. Okay? Society on the brink of complete and utter chaos. I haven't, like I said, work was the problem Friday. And Monday, my last day of being on call, I was called in at 4:30 a.m. Needless to say, as soon as I get to work, I hand the phone off, and that's the end of my on-call duty. But of course, before that, like 4:30 in the morning, excuse me, like 4:30 in the morning, I still have to get up and go answer that call. So that's what I did. 4:30 to some alarm was going off somewhere. And so anyway, after that was completed, I just decided that I was gonna. No sense in me going home and trying to get an hour or two sleep. It just doesn't happen that way with me. I either need, the 6 hours straight sleep, 4 hours at least. But anyway, there's a long delay. So, yeah, anyway, so I stayed there whole day. I stayed till my time, 4 o'clock, because that was the whole fuss, was that they didn't have anybody there at 4 o'clock because somebody was inconvenienced and had to come over to the building where I worked at to answer a call that I couldn't have answered anyway because it had something to do with some type of HVAC alarm that I would have had to call this guy in for anyway. And so that was why everything was changed. So anyways, I stayed until 4, and so I ended up working 11 and a half hours. So by the time I got home, I just crashed on the bed, tried to get some sleep, which I really couldn't. I got 15 minutes. So with that, I'm sorry that everyone has to put up with my schedule, but in any case, there's nothing, out of my control, right? Everything is anyway. I can't do anything unless the Lord, has he wrote the book. He knows what we're all going to do, what we think, where we're going to, because he wrote it. And so we just have to live it. Anyway, so I have a couple articles here. I want to get off. I'm trying to train myself, like I said, to cut it short. And if it doesn't go short and it goes long like usual, like it normally does, whatever. I have to deal with that too. So, you know what's been in the news, right? It's been the riots, peaceful protests. It's been Trump doing a Photoshop with his Bible in front of the church in Washington there. And of course, the National Guard called in. I think they have some numbers too. But anyway, I want to bring something to you right now that I can remember. I'm looking at my notes. When this first thing started, and I have not seen a video or an explanation of this particular video. I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but I kind of like to know what was going on with that. Nobody has mentioned it after, like I said. Did anybody remember seeing this elderly woman? I don't know if she was working for Walmart or Target, but she was in a wheelchair. And all I saw was her being rolled around, excuse me, or moving around. And for the most part, I thought it was mostly black people punching her in the head, uh, smacking her. I don't know. Why was that not covered again? And why, yeah, either way, why was it not looked into? I want to know if the woman's all right. And someone told me, but there's no link to prove it, that she may have even uh, been stabbing people or trying to stab people. Now, what would a elderly woman, and of course to protect herself, right, have a knife in her hand in a wheelchair stabbing people? I mean, basically, you probably just use that as a defense, right? Not go on the offense. I mean, just maybe she was so scared that she just, lashed out at anyone who came near her. I don't know. But there's been no other um, updates on that particular situation. And there's so many instances and so many things have happened since then. Uh, People are dying. Cops are being shot. One supposedly, I saw the video a couple times, and apparently, their narration was that he was dying on Facebook, on the social media platform. Um, a black gentleman, I guess a police officer. I might have seen a badge. That was pretty eerie, because towards the end of that video, I actually saw his head. I don't know if he obviously could not have been dead yet, because he moved his head a little bit towards the camera. You can see his eye from the light up like the red eye that you normally see in pictures. But it's just crazy, and about the bricks being placed, throughout these cities. And I want to show you this one. This is about the supposedly the Soros buses, right? I know I have it. Give me 1 second. Anyways, here's the one. Oh, they took this one off. They took this one off ever since I've been looking at it. I saw it earlier. The pallets of bricks. There was a video there of them, and they took it off since then. Okay, so they're removing a whole lot of crap. So, in any case, well, here are the buses. They're leaving this on, even though they've supposedly fact-checked it and found it to be false, of course. So, who the heck knows? So, these are the buses that say, Soros Riot Dance Squad. 2 buses. And in the fact-checked, well, are there any comments down here? I don't see any, but so anyways, I went to that video, and this is what I got. The primary claims and the information are factually inaccurate. And this is from PolitiFact. And I don't know if I don't believe I have it anymore, and it wasn't my doing. The computer gets locked up, just like my PC restarts itself automatically sometimes. I'm telling you, it's that Windows 10 stuff. They go in there, because when they do it to my PC, I lose a lot of my open, or all of them actually, the open tabs, and everything else starts over. So they're just making it tough. So I did fact check these PolitiFact people, and they are very much so funded by Facebook and other particular people. I went back like quite a few years. Maybe I have that. I hope I have that information somewhere. Maybe I saved it on, with because I try and save them first of all with a bookmark. But in any case, so I don't know what this means. Pants on fire. Photos of George Soros riot dance squad. Buses were doctored. And when you go to, click learn more, you'll find out this stuff right over here. Okay. This, okay, false information checked by independent fact checkers. And the only one that I see on there was the PolitiFact. So, anyways, then you get these comments over here, which I think were also generated by the fact checker. They do have names here, but so ever since this comes up, you get the responses over here. Too obvious, hide in plain sight, gotta be photoshopped. Does it? I mean, it could have been. You could easily do these things, even in moving videos. I think what's his name? The underground guy there. I haven't listened to him in a while. But anyways, I did see some videos that could possibly be doctored while they were actually live. I don't know how you do that. I know there's got to be some kind of latency there, but in any case. So other comments is that it's photoshopped. When and where. Should flatten the tires. Now we'll get back to the photo. Yeah, sorry, I got whatever. Probably got COVID. Yeah, that was another thing. I spent yesterday in the Jewish building. Because apparently, like I said, we were able to cross-contaminate now. But it was the first time I ever had to go and put on all that PPE gear. The gown, double face mask, which I told them I can't breathe with it on. They don't care. You put it on or you're out. So I went around to all the other housekeeping that were around, and I told them to make sure that they take those masks off as much as they could, not around residents and such, and get actual air breathing in there instead of your CO2, your exhale. Anyway, so that was removed. Photos from Amy Kadiva's post. So the picture's still there. Nothing else, but so anyway, let's see what else we got that we were talking about. Oh yeah, well, let's get to this. I mean, this happened. I think I checked my email this morning. The 6.8 magnitude earthquake rocks northern Chile, and I got it on my PC. There were obviously no tsunamis. It was on land, so, and there was a 5.7 somewhere also. 6.8 earthquake according to Santiago Times. Okay, big sucker. And this, we have a little bit of weather out there like usual. Tropical storm Cristobal, a record breaker. I mean, we hear record-breaking news about storms, volcanic activity, earthquake activity, all the time now. We've been doing this for a few years, and we've been saying, oh, another record breaker. But yeah, they keep breaking the records because it's just getting worse. It's like the birth pains that we always talk about that, well, actually, Jesus talked about in Matthew, I believe, 24. Maybe it's in 24. That these things, those are one things that we're to watch for. These things increasing in, frequency and velocity. I mean, getting stronger and stronger or whatever, more devastating. And places that don't normally have these hurricanes, and we're going to look at another one that hit somewhere over in India. But this is like the third one. This one is still in the works over the Gulf of Mexico. Yep, third named storm of 2020 Atlantic hurricane season formed over the southwestern Gulf of Mexico Tuesday afternoon. Yesterday. So we'll keep an eye on that. Well, I had AccuWeather open, but I closed it, so we will not go back there right now. So, and we're already 5 minutes over, of course. So, and this was the other one, another, you know, record breaker, historic, cyclone. This, as they call it, historic landfall. Severe cyclonic storm, Nisarga. How do you pronounce that? Nisarga. Makes historic landfall close to Mumbai, India. I was going to say Indiana. But anyway, um, I guess only because the fact that they don't normally have them there. So, just south of Alabog. And, maximum sustained winds at 70 miles per hour, gusts to 75, and still, it would be a category 1 hurricane for us here. Nothing historic about that, but the fact, I guess, is that they hit landfall. The landfall process will be completed during the next 3 hours after the landfall. The Sarga is very likely to maintain its cyclonic storm intensity for about 6 hours. Well, we've seen storms, right? We've seen these Atlantic hurricanes the past couple of years just come to the east coast of Florida and stop. 0 miles per hour. 2 of them. Might have even have been the same year, I believe. So anyways, historic. Something's going on, don't you think? Something's going on. Okay. And of course, you know about this one. 4 police officers shot in St. Louis. I'm sorry I'm reading them kind of out of order. But we'll just call it chaos. Should be used to the chaos. Well, not used to it, but better get used to it because I don't think it's going to end. They've been talking about in the news, mainstream media anyway, that where's their masks? A lot of people aren't wearing masks. It's we're going to have the second wave is happening right now out there with all these rioters, and yeah, it probably will. They've been all told to stay inside for 3 months. And like many doctors have come out and told everyone that, first of all, putting these masks on for more than an hour at a time is just unhealthy for you. And what are we talking? Talking about masks. Yeah. Wow, I just lost that train of thought. Talking about something else. I'm looking at the headline. Just anyway. Yeah, the second wave. Hey, Hen, how you doing? Well, we're gonna call you Noodle Ham. I'm gonna call you Noodle Ham. A Noodle Ham operator. God bless, sister. Hope everything's okay. How's your mom? I know that where I work, we still have COVID patients, but they are declining. Uh, like I said, the first time yesterday, I had to spend the day over there because someone called out. And so, very surreal. I mean, putting on all that gear and walking around people like I just picture myself on the screen and on the movie Contagion, walking around with this crap. I'm not worried about getting COVID. I believe I prayed about it, and I trust the Lord that I will not be affected by it. Psalms 91, I talk about that all the time. I mention it a lot, and that's where, go there if you don't know of any psalm to hold on to. Especially in these times with these viruses and the pandemic. They were talking about the dark winter coming, Oh, yeah. And of course, that is World Watchman always calls at the wrong time. Yeah, he knows darn well that I will usually be on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I think he just wants his name mentioned. So there you go. There you go, World Watchman. Man, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe you get some signal in your head, something. Call him at 6:30. Yeah, when he's been, live for 25 minutes already. So we're going to cut this short. So we know about all that stuff. We know about the second wave coming. We know about National Guard and Trump, possibly calling in regular military forces under the, I don't know if it was 1867 Insurrection Act, something like that. People, I hope that you don't listen to this Q thing and start to accept the possibility of martial law. You do not want martial law. They will come down the streets. You saw Boston, right? You saw when they were supposedly looking for these two supposed killers who, set off these pressure cooker bombs the same day they were having some kind of drill. Yeah, so they will come down the street in MRAPs, whatever, and armed to the teeth, and come to each house and pull you out, search your house, and you can't do anything about it. I will, and I'll probably, get in a whole lot of trouble, put in some dark cell, or I'll probably be killed. Because I'm sorry, I'm one of the last remaining, apparently, Americans that still believe in America, home of the free, land of the brave, however that goes. And we have a constitutional right, to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and not to be detained unlawfully, to be able to protest peacefully, all those things. Go study the Constitution, people, study the Constitution. And stay the hell off the streets if during the curfew. I mean, if you're out there during I don't know what to say. This is why another reason why I just been thinking about these things, and I haven't been pressed in a while, years actually, thanks to Jesus Christ, and he's made me feel better because obviously I've prayed to him and I've brought my petitions to him, and he's made me feel better, and he's given me hopeful things, reminding me of hopeful things that I already knew. You can get lost in these things, man. It's just terrible what's going on there. But, with Bible prophecy, these things are going to happen. And, anyway, I don't know what to tell you. I do. The only thing that you can, like I did, just pray. Bring your petitions to Jesus Christ. Stay in the Bible. Teach yourself. You don't teach yourself. The Holy Spirit teaches you. I'm sorry. You don't teach yourself. The Holy Spirit definitely teaches you. Okay? He's the one that gives you these words and things to say when they're the right time. You can usually tell the difference. In any case, it's pretty bad out there. Yeah, and it could be worse. I'm in a big dilemma right now, thinking whether I should go and get a shotgun. I'm not going to get, bullets that will kill, shells that will kill somebody. Of course, depends on where you hit them. Kind of want to get something like birdshot or salt, whatever they put in there. I don't know much about guns, but I want to get a shotgun so it'll disperse, and when it hits somebody, they won't get hit with the full force of it. I don't want to kill anybody. I'm just going to protect myself and my family and my wife and my property. Yeah, and you see those people? I have a video here of people being arrested, taken in, because they were protecting their business. They walked out to the front of the store and out on the sidewalk with rifles. Now, that may have been what they had been pulled in for, but I don't know, where was it? Yeah, on live TV too, this happened. This is from the Free Thought Project. And let me put this out there. It's still not too late. The Fair Use Act. So let's go. Yeah. So anyways, this goes on for a couple minutes. Okay. There were looters there, and these people came out wanting to protect their store. I'm just going to, because the whole middle of it is just boring. It's the beginning of it. Well, I'll let you listen to it. Hopefully it won't be distorted on the recording like it normally has been, but we're going to try it anyway. So let's go.
Let me tell you what's going on. So these guys in the vehicles, let's get a little bit closer. This vehicle and those guys over there got out of the other vehicle. There's a gold store in the parking lot, and they were heading to it. And these guys came out and they said, "No, you're not."
Wow.
And he's with us. They're having a standoff here.
Oh my God.
Arguing about why they're not being allowed to break into the place. So I'm gonna
Those guys,
did you hear
listen
that?
to this.
Why
So
are they
these are
not being
looters
allowed
squaring
to break
off with
into the
community
place?
members
Maybe.
holding weapons.
Because they normally are
On the
allowed
street.
to break
Yes.
into the
And
place.
where are all those cops
Now,
that just drove past you?
They're 3
We've
blocks
had
down.
state
This is really something here to see those store
different
owners who want to
states
protect their
coming out
own
and
business,
saying,
yet they're by
you know,
a business
it's
that is
okay
so
to loot,
vulnerable.
you know?
Okay, so that's
All
her
kinds of
family
stuff. It's just
telling her to go back?
very
Christina,
Yes,
go
yes,
I'll say
yes.
the word
Telling her
again,
because
surreal.
the two vehicles, there's actually 3 vehicles.
I know in California
And
somewhere.
what is happening is that they parked in front of the. If you see the Buy Gold sign, there's
California
a place
somewhere,
for it inside the
You're actually allowed
parking
to
lot,
steal
and
up to.
that they don't want them to go in there. They were heading
I
that
saw a video one time
way. The guys on the other side are
of
in
a
cars.
bunch of kids coming into a
All
store
right, here they come.
and stealing stuff, and the person behind the
The
register
guys
stopped the
here
store
are trying
owner,
to stop over there from looting in the cars.
and they couldn't do anything about it. It was a law.
All right,
California,
now
man,
they're
they
telling
have
them.
some-
No, they're fine.
They're good.
Oh, gosh.
They're gonna
Oh, no.
gosh.
point a gun at these people. Of course, they have guns. They don't know what's going on, so I understand that.
Oh my God, Joe, to your right. Come on.
He's with us.
He is with me.
Press. ID.
Sir, they're okay, sir.
Walk
They're
away.
the store owners. They were protecting the looters, sir.
Whoa.
They're protecting the stores. The looters are over there.
Stand down for a sec, please. Relax.
You're losing your looters.
We're
They're going
taking-
down that way. These are the people at the store trying to stop.
Point. All 3 of them.
Okay, we're putting those in handcuffs right now.
You do know they're not the
No.
looters.
One person talk. Where's the looter? Where's the looter? Where's the looter?
All right, so it goes on, and apparently, according to the article, I don't know if they were released or not. I'm sure they were once it was all sorted out. But yeah, in some cases, you know, the cops don't know, and you gotta, you know, forgive them for that, because, you know, otherwise they could, like, get a little confusing, you know, thinking store owners are looters and vice versa. Everything's upside down, man. It's just upside down. So yeah, and that police officer who killed Floyd was charged with second-degree murder, and they are going to arrest the other 3. Don't know for what yet, but they were definitely at least 2 of them complicit with this. I know I saw one guy trying to stop him, but he didn't. The guy said something to him and he backed off. But what's he going to do? Take him down during I don't know. It's just crazy stuff going on, and then you get cops getting run over by speeding away cars, and you don't blame them. I was talking to my brother, who's a truck driver, man, and he had to avoid a certain place in California because he goes coast to coast, and he had to avoid a place because remember they something about a UPS driver, and I guess a protester, rioter, if you're going to attack the truck. Guy took off, the UPS driver, gone. You know, he was in fear for his life. Didn't realize that this kid or whoever it was still stuck behind. I don't know if he got killed or not. That's what I remember, but it may have not been what happened. And then of course, you know, same thing that happened in with the Brown riots, you know. Antifa, Black Lives Matter, I believe were formed after that. Any case, all right. Yeah, this is the Insurrection Act. This is from the Signs of the Last Days, when the 101st Airborne invaded Little Rock, Arkansas. There was something, I don't know if that wasn't Arkansas. There was National Guard called. You remember that song, Three Dead in Ohio? That was a good song. And that was a song about protesting there, and some National Guard guy, you know, I don't know, was very confused. Shot at least 3 people, maybe 4, and one of them was a bystander. In any case, crazy things out there, and you know, I can't put it together. So I'm going to bring you this last thing. First of all, no, I'm not going to do that, okay, because it'll take too long. This event, supposedly this one evangelicus, I guess that's what this article called him, and I'm not even going to mention his name, okay, but he said that there were 5 comets out there at the same time. Now, I've looked around, I see the news all the time. Maybe I'm not going to the right place. But does anybody else know about 5 comets at the same time? Where are the other 3? I only know of 2. This article only mentions the 2, Atlas and Swan, which, folks, we're still here. Didn't happen. Lights are still on. Did not happen the 28th, 29th, and here it is, June 3rd. And Comet Atlas and Comet Swan, you know, those people over there at the Breadcrumbs, you know, project, you know, sending out a big warning. I guess better to be warned than to not warn, right? Because we will be accounted for those things if people get hurt because we didn't warn. But anyway, nothing happened. Nothing at all. They are still in the northwestern sky. I guess Atlas is in the area of Venus, and Swan is a lot further north. I just watched them day after day getting farther apart, so that never happened. Good, because I didn't want to have to go through that process. A lot of things going on, people, that we don't need to worry about, you know. I guess it was giving somebody a chance to actually set off an EMP, you know. They could have. You still got those 2 things, as far as I know, that are flying around us twice a day that North Korea put up there. I don't know if they have control of it anymore. Don't even know if Kim Jong-un is alive. Does anybody know if he's alive? I still don't know. There have been news for both sides. And so anyways, going to bring you to this. This is the last thing we got, and I'm already, 20 minutes over. This is a minute 18. I don't know how the volume is working for the YouTube videos. But watch this, watching this area right here, okay? And let's see if you can hear it.
A live feed was aired by news and government outlets showing SpaceX and NASA collaborating to launch 2 astronauts, Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley, into orbit to join the International Space Station. The launch finally took place at the Launch Complex 39A in Florida after a weather delay on May 27th, 3 days earlier. Many viewers noticed a small rodent crawling across the Merlin engine during the broadcast. While that sounds cute in itself, the moment this rodent made his live TV appearance was after the rocket carrying the 2 astronauts had achieved an altitude of 200 kilometers, which is approximately 124 miles high. And the craft was traveling 13,000 kilometers per hour, which is 8,000 miles an hour, or Mach 10. The rodent moving around on the engine metal was seemingly unaffected by the immense speed, air friction, extreme temperatures, or lack of oxygen. Saturday's footage leaves many clear-thinking scientists and physicists to question the validity of these claims in media productions. A mouse shouldn't be casually walking across the metal engine of a craft, supposedly traveling at Mach 10 with no breathable air.
There you go, folks. Okay? Take that for what it's worth. I mean, we were talking about this, me and World Watchman, and, you know, we always get in, get caught in the middle of this flat earth, round earth problem. And we're talking about the rocket shooting off, and it goes at an arch. But yes, it goes at an arch because it doesn't go direct up into space. It actually wants to go into orbit in order to orbit. So, I mean, that's just what I've been told anyway. That could be a lie too. I mean, but every time, just pay attention, everyone. I mean, seek the truth in everything. That's what we want to do. And call things out for what they are. Let's say the rocket. Oh, well, here you go. Just look at that one. You look at the background, okay? And some people say that this was, you know, captured in a pool and so forth and so on, especially with the astronauts whenever you see them in gear. But there are no stars in the background in this black. And on top of that, of all the space junk that everyone claims that there is up there, how come I have never seen one piece of space junk in any of these flights that I've seen from SpaceX? And I've watched many rocket launches, okay? And there was another question about how they going to fit 100 and something odd satellites. Yes, I understand that they're small, but it's just, I guess, rocket with all this heat supposedly, and like he said, friction, vacuum of space, the cold and the heat and all, blah 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 blah. Folks, yeah, he really sent that car up there, that convertible with the guy sitting in there. Yeah, they spent millions and millions of dollars to do that. Okay, folks, come on, man, keep your eyes open, your ears open, and use your discernment that God gives you. Don't use your own discernment. It'll always take you in the wrong direction. It has for me, it has for a lot of people that I talk to. You will be able to hear if you listen long enough. Be still. You will listen, you will hear, I mean, from the Holy Spirit, from Jesus Christ himself. And I'm not talking about an audible, recording or something that you hear across the room, like somebody verbally talking to you. If you start hearing that stuff, then it's actually quite the opposite, in my opinion. Okay. Now, the spirit is spirit. It's not flesh. It's not that. I'm sorry. It's not. Spirit is spirit, and spirit is invisible. And I don't we have to talk about the audible thing. So with that, everyone, God bless. I mean, I'm over again. I'm learning. I'll keep it. I got to set a timer. And so you hear the timer, I'll have it go off here. If you hear it, shut me down. Whoa. Well, I think we're going to get a little quick storm. So with that, everyone, God bless. It's Wednesday. Lord willing, I'll be back Friday. Or if I'm going to do the short videos, I will try and do something if I have time, no matter how short. So we'll see how that works. I'm still working on it. God bless everyone. Peace out.